Hi and welcome in this short intro video. I will share right now who this course is built for, what you will learn, and how, if you are a non-technical founder, this course can change the future of your company, giving you much more chance at success. Hi and welcome. My name is Amaury and I'm the founder and CEO at My CTO Friend. So before to introduce myself, I would like to be sure that you are at the right place by describing who this presentation has been created for. It has been created for non-technical startup founders who are either searching for technical co-founder, searching for developer or providers, maybe people who have a startup idea but are not really sure how to get started. Or maybe you already have a startup project under development, or you might already have your own development team, but maybe not a CTO. So if you are in one of those situations, then you are at the right place. And maybe you also fall into the common beliefs that non-technical founders have. So let's tackle them right away. Maybe you might think that you just need a developer, not really a CTO. Or maybe you think that because you don't have investments, you should search for a developer and to trade some equity to develop your application, your startup project, whatever you want to develop. Or maybe you think that you might need a CTO to raise funds. Or maybe you thought about learning how to code. Or maybe you think, yeah, what I want to build is easy. It's like Airbnb for, I don't know, bikes or whatever. Maybe you just think that it's enough to have this type of description, but it is not. So if you believe that one of these statements that I just shared with you, then you might fall into the common pitfalls that non-technical founders often come across. And my goal with this presentation is to do everything I can to avoid you those pitfalls. So just before to move forward with the content part of the presentation, let me introduce myself very quickly. My name is Amaury Khelifi. I worked 10 years in the corporate world before diving into the startup environment in 2012. After learning from my own mistakes, I closed my first startup back in 2014. And since then, I've worked as a CTO with hundreds of startups from all over the world, creating countless YouTube videos, a bunch of courses, doing mentoring, conferences, and above all, coaching tons of startups. And everything I want is definitely to help you to have actual control of your project development. No matter where you are with your project, either if you get started or if you are on the growth stage. You can, maybe you are on the ID stage, or you are just on the roadmap stage and searching for a developer or an agency to develop your concept. Or maybe you already found a tech co-founder and maybe you could work on the development already. Maybe you have your own team, or maybe you already are scaling, right? No matter where you are with your project, this presentation is here to teach you what a CTO does or should do on the early stage of a company, and how to make up for it. Because if you don't have a senior CTO, someone that is both hands-on as well as having the management and the strategy skills required to build a startup, that can be complicated for you to really grow and to have a real success. In fact, as a startup founder, you need to move forward not only with your project stage, but you also need to develop something else. You need to develop your product management skill set, as well as your technology awareness. Basically, you are moving forward into two axes, the project and your skill set, with product management and tech awareness. So on your product management and tech awareness, that's definitely the focus that you need to focus on, and that's what we are going to talk about today, what you really need to know to be a good tech CEO. Because if you want to manage tech people, you need to understand them quite in a good way, I would say. So first step for this course, for this presentation, what do you need to prep before launching development? And it's good for when either if you get started or if you are at the version 2 or version 3 of your project. Then maybe you are searching for a provider, selecting a provider, choosing the right technology. There are tons of things to know, etc., etc. And just doing this type of things, this type of steps, can save you tons of time, money, and painful headaches. Next, on the second part of this presentation, we're going to talk about how to master the developers and founders relationship. You might want to partner with them at some point, maybe to give them some equity. Maybe you know them for a while before moving forward to really partner with them. I mean, I really recommend you to know them for a while before to give them some equity, definitely. We're going to talk about that later. And we are going to get deep in that relationship between tech and non-tech people and managers. And then we will talk about we're going to talk about the CTO role, Chief Technical Officer. How you can be successful without a CTO on the early stage. You need a CTO. There is no debate about that. You absolutely need a CTO. But it is very, very hard on the early stage to get the right one. And we're going to talk about how you can be successful even if you don't have a CTO on the early stage. How to make up for that role, how to prototype, how to fundraise, how to select objectively the right provider. And ultimately, how not having a CTO in-house on the beginning will teach you to get prepared ahead of time for the future challenges of your company. And last but not least, I will develop how you can transform the lack of a tech co-founder into an opportunity. How, as your new CTO friend, I can maybe help you with that. And know that I've condensed in this course, the course you are watching right now, the essential that any non-technical founders need to know. I've created the first version of this course in 2018. And since then, I've shared this many times in incubators, accelerators, or online course, etc. And so be willing to take some good notes, because there are tons of key value that you will, if you apply them, you will save tons of time, money, and headaches, as I said. You can take pictures, screenshots. You can even share them on social media. You know, my mission is really to impact as much startup founders as possible and to give them the best chance to succeed. So that being said, get ready and let's get started with the next video.